It's Marina, the Soul Alchemist. It's time for Pick Your Own Card weekly guidance for the 3rd of February. So happy in bulk. I hope you're having a beautiful start to this second month of 2025. Oh my gosh. So it's the 3rd to the 9th of February. And I am using the Akashic Oracle card deck. If you're not familiar, this is a modality in a box. And if you're asking why, not only do you get a deck of cards, you also get a key pendulum that you can turn into a really powerful tool to help you clear karmic patterns and blocks from the Akashic records. And I supply a masterclass to get you started on how to do that. The cards themselves also activate as portals of healing also. So you have this beautiful oracle and healing magic, potent magic, all kind of like contained in this beautiful box. So if you want any more info about those, then click the link below and you will find out more about that. So I'm just let me have a little spray. Okay, so this week the bonus card is all about magic and mystery. And for me, it's more about the magic than rather than the mystery. The mystery is kind of like, how does this actually happen? I don't think we need to worry about that this week with this particular bonus card. It's more about the magic and what magic miracles we can create in our experience when we do and apply this theme to these 3 cards. So if you've not picked your card, then tune into cards 1, 2, or 3. And I will reveal the messages, themes, and energies supporting you over the next 7 days. I would encourage you to listen to all 3 messages, plus the bonus card, because you're going to then get something that may have not been your main focus, but it still resonates in some shape or form, and it's giving you extra information for you to maybe take some action on, reflect on, be mindful of. Okay, so as I've said, the bonus card is the theme that's going to create the magic. It's going to create the miracles in terms of you shifting forward, shifting something in your experience. Maybe you didn't even realize was potentially creating a limitation or a block of sorts, a slowing down of sorts. And this is going to help you to move through that. There's movement in the actual card as well. So you can see that the person is moving forward. So if you pick card 1, I've picked card 2 actually as my main focus. And actually all of these cards I'm just noticing, bar the bonus card, are all from the love chamber, which this deck of cards, there's 49 cards in there and there's 7 chambers. Chambers are like aspects, rooms within your Akashic records where we can go into this particular space, and anything that's linked that is impacting negatively, positively impacting that particular area of your life. It's like we can pull in all of the wisdom, the knowledge, the blocks, whatever it might be, that is completely, like directly linked or indirectly linked to that chamber. And so this is all the chamber of love. It's the first chamber actually of the deck. As I say, there's 7 chambers that you can explore with 7 cards in each chamber, and they're all of the same chamber. So that's really interesting in itself. So this is all connected with love. Of course, love is love of self, but also love of others. It can also be love of, pets, and for some people, it's love of their location, love of the planet, love of certain prized possessions, treasures that they have, and they absolutely love them. They bring them joy. So love can obviously be applied to many different things. Okay, so what I have got here, this is unconditional love. So this is what we're starting off with. So even if this is not your main focus, then as I say, please listen in and get this message as well. Take what resonates, leave the rest. So for me, when I apply the bonus card, this is about having maybe moving through the fear. And if I just share the bonus card, because it's going to be easy for me to actually work through all of these messages, transforming fears. So for me, this is about moving through the fear of maybe having a challenging conversation with somebody that you love dearly. So there might be something that has been on your chest for a little while, and you're kind of putting off having that conversation because you don't want to hurt them in some shape or form. You have this perception that they're going to feel wounded, they're going to react. And, there could be a negative consequence on the back of that. But this card of magic and mystery, or for me, magic and miracles this week, the movement forward is actually through transforming the fear, moving through the fear and doing it anyway. So if this person means a lot to you, and you feel that having this conversation in the long term is going to have a positive impact, it's going to help support them in some way, even though they may not see it in the moment, then if you can face your fears and have that heart to heart with them, it's going to ultimately be positive for the relationship, for that person ultimately, and obviously yourself as well. It's going to be one of those conversations that you've been putting off and putting off, but it's just there. And it might be that it's getting kind of more obvious, like it's becoming the elephant in the room and you're still not having the conversation. So this obviously could be a family member, it could be a dear friend, it could be a client. We can become very fond of clients, and it might be that it's time to let that client go, but you don't have that conversation because you're unsure of the impact. But whatever the conversation is, the heart to heart that you need to have, face your fears, transform your fears, and it is going to allow movement forward, because that's what she's doing. She's surrendering. She's taking a big deep breath and she is moving through her fears. So this is what card 1 is all about, having that heart-to-heart conversation with somebody, letting them know what it is that's on your mind, what it is that's on your heart. And this isn't coming from a place of judgment. This needs to be coming from a place of compassion and empathy, not judgment and criticism. So there's a distinct difference, as you know. So let me know how that card resonates. I'm rooting for you, because it can be challenging having difficult conversations, just because we do fear what the response or reaction is going to be. But think of the bigger picture. Think of the greater, highest good of all concerned. And, it may not be accepted or liked to begin with, but once something has been shared, then it can be percolated on, it can be considered, it can be, considered. So let me know if you've got any questions about that. Of course, let me know if you would love to have your own one-to-one session. I do a single session, or I do a package of 4, which is given a kind of like it's on a subscription, so it's really affordable, it's easy, and you get 4 sessions with me per year, and you get one of those sessions for free as part of that package. So if you would like to have oracle healing readings support through your 2025, then do reach out and let me know. Okay, so remember, the bonus card, we're going into card 2 now. The bonus card is magic and mystery, and it's transforming fears. This is the thread that is threading all of these 3 together. If you've not listened to card 1, because card 2 is your main focus, go listen to card 1 and listen to card 3 as well, because you're going to get a fuller picture. But transforming fears, moving forward this way, not backwards, is going to be the thing that's going to help you. So facing your fears, basically, is the thread. Facing your fears with deception and betrayal. So this was my card. So what I kind of get with this, and it may be linked with deception and betrayal. There may have been a deception and betrayal from a past relationship. You may have been the deceiver. You may have been the deceived. But this card is kind of like she's facing now into the light. She's wanting to put this behind her. She's wanting to let this go. But there's a fear there. There's a fear that's like, if I let this go, does that mean that I lose, connection with that person? Do I lose a part of my identity that maybe I've been kind of really upholding by, hanging on to maybe the anger that was connected with the deception and betrayal, maybe the lack of forgiveness because had been deceived, or maybe it's more guilt and shame because you were the deceiver. And there's a fear, and it may consciously not make any sense because, like, if this is the kind of circumstance, it's kind of like, well, I want to let go of that. Oh my God, I don't want to be hanging on to this. But as we know, we are quite complex creatures. And so there can be a sense of, well, that's, even though I don't like it, there's a safety in that. Part of my identity is really held on to that because it gives me a sense of purpose in some shape or form to hang on to it. So what do I have that will replace that? What can I, maybe moan about, or kind of like keep going over and going through the different levels of, healing. If I let go of that completely, what have I got to work on? What have I got to focus on? And there's always other things to focus on that are going to be helpful and supportive, but sometimes we can focus on things and keep the focus on things that are well past their sell-by date. And this is something that is past its sell-by date. But there is an element of fear around letting it go. And as I say, it may not make any sense, but this card, deception and betrayal, putting things behind you, as I say, it could be relationship related because we've got the beautiful rose here. This card is saying it is safe to face the light and fully go into the light. There could be some shadow aspects also that are connected with that deception and betrayal. And you don't fully want to step into the light. What does it mean when I step into the light? When I fully shine brightly, when I'm fully authentic or fully seen by others or fully seen by myself. There's a fear in that. There's nowhere to hide. I can't hide in that moonlight because it's fully shining, and I'm trying to hide parts of me, but because I don't want to be fully seen. But this card is saying, be fully seen, because that's what allows you to move forward. And those more, those shadow pieces, those shadow pieces here are able to transform into butterflies, and you're able to, move forward. So, deception and betrayal. What are you holding on to that you fear that if you were to lose it, that there has to be some kind of radical change within yourself? You haven't got something to hang on to, that maybe you've built part of your identity, your behaviors, your habits, your thoughts, routines around. And this card is saying it's time to move forward. It's time to let it go. So let me know in the comments how that is resonating. And if you've not gone and listened to card 1, please do that. And we're going to go on to card 3. So starting with card 3, I'm just going to reiterate, this is the bonus card. It's magic and mystery. It's transforming fears. The fear aspect has been woven through all of these 3 cards. So I would encourage you, if card 3 is your main focus, to listen to cards 1 and 2, because you'll get some other elements of where transforming fears and creating magic and miracles, I'm changing the mystery into miracles this week, can occur in your week. So this is a great card, and I can see that the fear, facing your fears again, with this particular card, they really resonate, really relate. So it's power play. So where do we give our power away? Because there's a fear of maybe putting in a boundary. There's a fear of saying no. There's maybe a fear of saying yes to ourselves, no to others. So when we've got power play, we are allowing our strings to be played somewhat, or the expectations to kind of really dictate how we do certain things, or how we plan our day, or the expectations can kind of show up in lots of different ways. Expectations are placed on us, or we accept them from our family, from society, from our partners, from our children, from our clients even. expectations come from all sources, and we also place expectations on others. So this is just understanding where maybe there's expectation, obligation, duty, where we give our power away that we don't need to. And there's a call here for you to look at where you are draining your energy, giving your power away to things that are not serving or supporting you. Just look at one thing. Look at the one thing in your life that is draining you, that you feel blocked with, that there is low energy about, there's confusion, you just can't seem to get on top of it, you can't seem to get ahead with it. Look at that and look at how you're giving your power away. It could be through your belief system around that and your abilities to move through it. So it can show up in lots of different ways, but for ease, just focus on the one thing that feels the most draining, the most complicated, the most obtrusive or obstructive. Work with that, because that's where you're able to really look at where you're placing your power, who has got that power within that kind of scenario, and what habits and behaviors, beliefs, blocks maybe that you need to clear to support you reclaiming your power. And it can be forgiveness, it can be boundary work, it can be acknowledgement, it could be shadow work, inner child. There's lots of different things that maybe potentially you need to look at. And you may find as part of that process, there is a fear to face. What do I need to face in order to put the boundary in? To say no to myself, maybe because I've got a habitual reaching for, like food that isn't particularly good, or, like a drink or something to numb out on, or to give me a quick dopamine hit, or to fill a void in some way. Where can I say no to myself? Where can I stop giving power away to this habit that I have, and face my fears around what that actually means when I have that space? How do I fill that space? What am I acknowledging? What is the need, the void, that this habit is filling? And what is the real need underneath that? When we start to ask these types of questions, fears can come up because we don't want to really know the answer, because it might feel really scary in terms of what we discover or what we feel the aligned action is. And so we suppress it, we run away from it, we avoid it, we ignore it. But this card is saying the magic and the miracles happen when you face your fears. And this card is saying this is connected with power. So face your fears, and you can have this beautiful, magical, miracle week in all the ways. So we have got kind of facing fears and all of these things. This is with having a conversation, having a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody, and maybe some home truths might feel uncomfortable for you. Certainly going to be feeling uncomfortable for the other person, but it's for the highest good. This is about letting go of part of your identity, moving from the past, moving forward, bringing everything into the light. There's fear around that. And then where are you draining your power? Where's your power being drained? Where are you giving your power away, and why? And that is your fear. So let me know in the comments how these cards are landing. Have you listened to all of the cards? Do they make sense? Obviously, not everything is going to resonate, but that's okay. Take exactly what you need from this reading and apply it to your week in order to have the most beautiful, magic, and miraculous week possible. And I will tag a meditation on the end, which is going to support, probably, I would say, a fear meditation that's going to really just help assist you through this next 7 days. So let me know if you've got any questions, if you want to have a one-to-one with me, if you want to get your own deck of cards and play along with me each week. And also, if you wanted to get the Akashic Ascension Aura Spray, I do have some of those. It's still in stock, and that really helps with any kind of beautiful journaling, meditation work, spiritual work, spell work, and obviously connecting with the Akashic records in a beautiful and powerful way. Okay, so love and blessings. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you in a few days' time. Love and blessings. Bye.